What up though? So as always, thanks for watching and thanks for supporting the channel. Today I want to get into my drone go bag, and this bag is from 511, but excuse the wind, it's a little windy out here, but it's not made for drones. Obviously it is actually a range bag where you can store your weapons, ammo, eye pro, hearing protection, gloves, all the accessories and necessities you need to go to a gun range. I converted this bag into a drone bag because I have multiple DJI drones, and sometimes I want to take out various drones with me and go film and do whatever I want to do. Sometimes I want to fly my Avata, but then I want to switch over to my Mini 5 Pro, what have you. And today I thought, you know, since I'm coming out and I wanted to fly my, what's the name? My Neo 2. I wanted to fly my Neo 2 and maybe do a comparison with the Neo 1. I said, well, neither one of those I got fly more combos for. So, well, I did get the fly more combo, but it didn't come with a bag. So why not do this video as well? And I'll be doing that video after this video. But anyway, so check out, let me turn on my other camera here. I'm filming with my Mini 5 Pro, with my with my Action 5 Pro. So basically this is like I said, a range bag. Has multiple pockets. Let me take this off. So it comes with a nice shoulder strap. Shoulder strap could be a little extra padded, but nonetheless it comes with a shoulder strap. It also comes with this right here, the handle, which you can actually leave tied up just like this because it doesn't affect the opening and closing of this. But then you got this pocket, and excuse my husband for moving. Then you got this pocket right here. Bring this down some. And this pocket, I just keep other accessories in. So this is from K&F Concepts. I just keep my Telesin. I'll show you. ND filters that I have on my Action 5 Pro. So that's that right here, and I just keep them in here. Actually, it's not made for this, but you know, I like to convert stuff, so I converted. This it usually carries like bigger filters, but obviously I'm into converting things. Ooh, let me put this over here because it's like this want to fall. I like converting things, so I converted this into that. So that's that. And that is filters for Telesin filters for my Action 5 Pro. These lights right here are by Ulanzi. These are for my Pocket 3, just lights. I got a whole setup for that. This is the cover from PGY Tech for the Action 5 Pro. This right here is my small rig light. I told you, zombie. Excuse that interruption. But then this is just my, what is it, shift cam, my shift cam iPhone stand for my Action 5 Pro. One of these, what is this called? The Firehouse lights for my Avata 2, and then just some other accessories I got in here for the Action, not the Action, but the Insta360 Go Ultra, an ink pen, and just little stuff I keep in this little side compartment, pretty much like my throwaway pouch. But it does have little 2 pockets here. I usually keep me a lens cleaning cloth in here, but I don't have it today. But these are just for my mics, wind covers for my mic. So that's that pocket right there. Just nice little dump pouch right there. So let me bring the camera back over here. Now let me go to the front right here. These two little pouches right here. What I love about this bag is that, let me move my phones out the way. What I love about these bags is that this is Velcro. So that's Velcro. You can take both of these bags off. These bags, I will try to put everything down, a link down in the description or in the pinned comment. This is by VanQuest. And these bags are expandable. So what I keep in this one is some wet ones. You never know when you're gonna need it. I usually keep me a nice cloth in here, but I don't, wow. But I don't have it in here today. I'll pick that up later. But what I like about this bag is that it expands. So if you need to add more stuff in here, it will expand out and you could put it right there on the side and it's not going to interfere with this bag because it has its own separate spot. This right here, take this off. Ooh, Jesus. This right here, Drone Pilot, you can get this at Hazard 4. They have a bunch of Velcro pouches that you can get, but I thought that was a cool pouch just to put here on the corner. And this other VanQuest pouch, see right there, VanQuest, it's also expandable. And it expands out pretty nicely too. It's a nice pouch. And it fits directly right there on the front, no issues. So when you need to just go in and get something right quick, you just go in and grab something. What I have in here right now, I believe these are my Air 3S. Yeah, these are my extra propellers for my Air 3S. So that's what I have in here. I also keep some tools sometimes in here, sometimes some cables. And what else I have? I think I have like an Allen wrench in here and an Allen wrench for whatever reason. I forget what I had that in there. It was for something. But that's the front of the pouch. All right, so let's move on to the back of the pouch before we get, I just knocked that over before we get to the main. Put that right here, Bear, for me. Put that in the top right there. Thank you. Before we get to the main event. So these are two nice size big pouches on the back. And let me tilt this down a little bit. So basically what I got in here right now is just the battery packs for the Neo 1. That's a Neo 2 and the Neo 1. And that's basically it. And I have other little accessories for my Action 5 Pro from Small Rig that has the feet to it, but also has the quarter mount screw on the back. So that's basically what I have in there. You can put pretty much anything in these dump pouches. And I'm gonna take my Action 5 Pro off the mount right quick and I'm gonna show you how big this pouch is. If I can, let me take off so I got a 32 ND filter on here, the Telesin 32 ND filter. Let me see if I can take that off. So basically, if I can show it, if it'll let me show, because it's kind of dark inside of here, but if you can see it, it's pretty big. It's a nice big pouch that I can stuff even more things in there if I wanted to. Put this back on, wipe my lens off that I done dirtied up. But it's a pretty big pouch. Moving on to this pouch, this is the GoPro head mount. I got I think this is my Go 3S mount on there. But that's the GoPro head mount. And I also have the Osmo Insta360 chest mount. So that's the chest mount, that's the head mount. And this pocket is just as big as that pocket. So you can fit quite a bit of stuff in here and then some. What I like about this is the fact that you got two zipper points So you can put, I like putting these at the very top so they're easy to reach. Like if I'm trying to reach over on the opposite side of the bag, they're very easy to reach. And so does this. This has 2 zipper mounts as well over here. This right here has two zipper mount points. So you can just reach that very well. So let's go to the main event. All right, here is the main compartment, and it does have 2 zippers. Once again, that seems to be the theme of this bag, but also too, get on off of there, it has these locks. Let me take this off. It has the ability for you to put a combination lock or a key lock right there for the main compartment. Let's open this up, flip that down. And it flips all the way open. Like I said, this is a range bag, a gun range bag to put multiple guns in, ammunition, eye pro, hearing pro, gloves, and even like, you know, different magazines and all of that nature. So it's made for the gun range. So that's why I decided to go with this bag, because it has multiple compartments. Also too, it has Velcro on the inside. So if you wanted to, you could get other types of attachments and do more sectioning off within here. Also too, it has these rubber type of, I'll call them like molly, but sometimes I like to, where's my battery at? So for my Pocket 3 battery, sometimes I'll put my Pocket 3 batteries up here and have them like this. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you see how I got that right there? Sometimes I like to put that on there to have them like that, to keep them out of the way, and I can have multiple, because I have 3 of these extra batteries. And then shoot, even with this, the tripod for the Pocket 3, you can even squeeze that up there as well, and it'll work just perfectly. But I keep a little accessory bag in here. What I have in here now is, I'm gonna put that back in here, and I'm just gonna show you top down how big the bag is. So I got the Neo 2, the Neo 1 right over there. I have the Mini V-Copter right there. Accessory bag that I keep all my Pocket 3 stuff in right there. It's a cute little Looney Tunes bag. This Telesin, yep, Telesin little neck mount for your cameras. I have, it's 2 little pockets right here. Keep a cable in here, some other accessories in there. And also too, this is ND filters. What is this for? For the Mini 4K. And this is the batteries for the Mini V-Copter. Over here is my iPad Mini, and I have a dedicated iPad for flying drones that don't have the screen. Ooh, flying my drones that don't have the screen. And then both of my RC controllers for this is the N3, the RC N3, and this is for the Mini V-Copter. And then down here in the front, I hope it's not too dark. Maybe I should turn into the light a little bit. Let me see if I can get some of this good old sunlight. Put this on the table, get some good sunlight. Oh, I should have did that in the beginning. But this right here is another ND filters. I think that's for my Avata. I'm not Avata, but my Neo. Yeah, this is for the Neo 1. I got this from Etsy. The case, the red case, but these are 2 additional lenses for the Avata 2. But I got the case off of Etsy. Cute little case. And then this right here are for my Neo 3S, I believe. I believe that's what these are for, from Freewell. That's those right there. And then this right here for the flip. ND filters for the flip. This is my batteries for, actually this is my batteries for my Action 3, but they also work for the Action 5 Pro. You can use the same batteries for the Action 3 you can use for the Action 5. And this, I just keep this in here for my micro SD if I want to just have some way to quickly transfer over my information to my iPad that I just showed you, to my iPad. So, because this is an iPad Mini 5, this is a, yeah, Mini 5, iPad Mini. iPad, goodness gracious, iPad 5 Mini or whatever it's called. But yeah, so you just easily transfer information right over there real quickly. And then it's always good, you know, coming from the military, to have some type of multi-tool. This is a Gerber, a multiplier, multiple tools on here, knives and things of that nature. So that's always good to have. I keep that on me, at least one. I got many from the military. But also what you can see is that you got that same type of stretchy kind of moly material that we had at the very top. And it's just basically a good way to put the stuff in here and keep it just in place. Keep that in here. It's not keeping it tight, but it just keeps it in place. And I put that in the front right there. I'll just toss that in there right there. Just always keep that in there. Put that right there. And then just keep this like right over here. Like, it's not going to hold it, but what it does is just keeps it in place so it doesn't move all around in the bag. But yeah, so that's the inside. I'll just give you a bigger peek now that I got some little bit of extra sunlight in there. But you see the two RC controllers over here. And like I said, these are Velcro, so, and this is Velcro, so you can move this around, organize it the way you see fit, or whatever drone you're going to be bringing out with you that day. I don't know if I can capture that on camera. I don't know if that's coming up on camera. The two drones are sitting right there, and then you got the other drone sitting right there. But yeah, that's it. That is my drone go bag. Downtown in those comments is the way to my love, and while you down there, freak that like button and let's have a conversation. What did you guys think about it? Do you have something similar? I know I still get the fly more combos, obviously, but I still utilize those bags in the event that I might only take out my Air 3S or my Avata 2 or my Mini 4K or what have you. If I'm just taking out one drone, I would get that bag, the Fly More combo bag that I would get the Fly More combo bag that goes with that drone, and I'll just rock out with that. I also have another bag, Peter McKenna. What is his bag? I'll put the link in the description. I have that bag as well in the event I have a drone that doesn't have a Fly More. I didn't get the Fly More combo and it doesn't have a bag with it. For instance, like my flip, I didn't get the Fly More combo for my flip, so I end up using that bag with all the batteries and accessories and this and that and the third. But usually, like my Mini 5 Pro, not my Mini 5 Pro, my Action, I keep saying Mini 5 Pro, my Action 5 Pro, accessories for that, I usually keep that in this bag. Certain stuff I keep in this bag, like the ND filters and the batteries sometimes, cables, additional other accessories, I usually just keep in this bag in the event that I grab this bag just to get out right quick and I forget, say my Pocket 3, I will always have my Action 5 Pro in this bag with its batteries. And usually what I also bring that I didn't have with me today is a charging brick from Anchor. I always put some type of external charging, mobile charging, portable charger inside of here with sufficient amount of amps to be able to charge up my iPad, my drone, my camera, batteries and stuff like that. it has to be sufficient to at least charge one or two of those things at the same time. Even with my mics, I have multiple mics too. I usually keep my DJI Mic 1s in here. I brought my Mic Minis because I had them with my Pocket 3. That's the reason why I have them today. But usually I keep one mic set in here, either my Hollylands, my Lark M2 Hollyland, or my DJI Mic 1s. I usually keep them inside of this bag. It's like dedicated. There's certain stuff that I have in here that's dedicated to this bag. Also too, what I wanted to point out is the iPad Mini 5. I would definitely highly suggest getting some type of dedicated iPad for your drones that you have to use a phone with, because it's just a bigger footprint, bigger screen, and it's just better than hooking your phone up and getting notifications and all that bull crap. And you could always get, this is a cellular one, so I can just hotspot from my phone to it just fine, and it's perfect. Or you can get you the cellular one where it has its own dedicated, obviously, connection. But also too, I don't have the dedicated cable that came with this RC-N3 controller. This is a third-party cable specifically for DJI drones. It could probably work for any other drone, but it works perfectly with my drones. And one thing that the trick about this cable is that you have to plug it in. What I did, I had to plug it in, had to turn it on, and then turn everything off, power everything off, and then power everything back on for it to work. It was kind of tricky because at first I thought I had got a dud, and I thought I had to return it and throw it away, but I ended up keeping it and trying to see if it could work. And I had found a little trick too about turning it back off, plugging everything up, power it off, and then power it back on, and then it actually started to work. But the reason why I'm suggesting this cable to you, and I'm gonna find it from Amazon, and I'm gonna put the link in either the pinned comment or the description, is look how long it is. It's longer, and it's just, to me, it's just better. Because I usually also have my Air, what is it called? My iPad Air, and it requires a much longer cable. And if you see this, that extra tip right there is for a bigger drone like the Air. A bigger tablet like my iPad Air. But with my iPad Mini, the other cable will suffice, but I switch out my tablet sometimes without using this, so it's just easier to have a longer cable. But you see that it's perfect. Not too heavy, just right. But I would definitely suggest, if you have multiple drones and you one of the ones that does not like buying maybe the Fly More combos with the RC-N2 controllers, and you have the RC-N3 or the RC-N2 controllers, I would definitely suggest getting a longer cable. I would definitely suggest getting an iPad Mini or an iPad Air. They're not that expensive these days if you can afford it, and get you some type of attachment like this for a larger tablet to be able to house it. And this thing, once you put it on, you just cinch it down with the, I don't know if I can get that on camera. Yeah, you cinch it down with the screw, and it never comes off. And I keep this on here. I never remove it. It stays dedicated to this, and it's perfect. Wrap this back up. One thing I forgot to mention about this bag is that here on this side, I'm just gonna lift it up, it has additional MOLLE attachments, and I have a carabiner on there, but it has different multiple MOLLE attachments that if you need to hook something on the side of it, a water bottle or whatever, it will fit perfectly over there just fine. But yeah, let me know what you think about the bag. And yeah, I think it's an awesome bag. I think it really solves a lot of the issues that I was having. when carrying multiple drones, I would have, if I wanted to come out, I would have like 3 of my drones that came, the Fly More combo bag that came with it. I would have like 3 different bags with me. And this really helps solve that problem to where I can pick and choose what drones I want to take out with me that day. And I can put them in here, put some accessories in here, and have dedicated accessories that literally stay in here. So in the event I forget something else, it's in here, like cables and everything, charging, all of that other kind of stuff. As long as it's in here and I just have this as a go bag, I don't have to worry about packing additional stuff in the event that I forget something. So let me know what you think downtown in those comments. Tap in, what do you guys use? If you use just, if you have just one drone and you just use that bag that came with it, or you have multiple drones and you have a certain setup like this. Don't forget your keys, your wallet, and your phone on your way out.